Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. Today we got another predictions video. This one is going to be the 2019 Hall of Fame predictions. A lot of people do videos like this. Might have done one of these before. I can't remember. I think it was more like people who should be, compared to like a year-to-year preview. But here we go. The Hall of Fame, one of my favorite times of the year. I absolutely love it. Going back, 15 years ago now, WrestleMania 20, they brought back the Hall of Fame officially, would return year to year on the night before every WrestleMania. And up until a couple years ago now, we had NXT takeovers. So they do the takeovers the night before and then Hall of Fame Friday night. In recent years, the Hall of Fame has just been way too long. You look at last year's Hall of Fame with Goldberg, and the year prior, 2017, that one was decent with Kurt Angle and DDP and all them. Let's see here. Yeah, 2017 was decent, but it was still a bit long. They really have to tone these down a bit in length. It's hard to put a time limit on these kind of things, but 4 hours I would say to top it off at. That's kind of the high point there. I've chosen about 6 or 8 people here, and comment down below if you agree, if you disagree, or put a list of your own out here in the comments. So the rumor right now is the Hart Foundation is going to go in Bret, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and then Jimmy Hart. So I would probably wipe away any other tag teams from going in 2019. So that kind of makes the list a bit easier. My other prediction for the tag team would have been the Hardy Boys. There's still that, lawsuit thing going around with Demolition, so I don't really see them going in this year. So they're in New York, which I don't know if that plays into it or not, but you could probably find a guy from New York, and all my change fell out of my pocket. So I try to pick like a headliner, a female, another high profile, highly accomplished superstar, and then another kind of mid upper guy. So here's the list. First pick here, I'm gonna go with JBL. They're in New York. They could capitalize on the cheap, New York heat, cheap pop, whatever. And JBL, I think, would be a fine choice. He definitely deserves it by now. The guy's from Texas, but he's relocated to New York, so that's why I would kind of put him in. For the female, I would pick Molly Holly. If you guys see my Elimination Chamber prediction show, I would be all for the Holly family going in, the Holly cousins, and you could make an argument for Hardcore Holly, Crash Holly, and Molly Holly. But to put them all in as a family, it would be cool. I'm not sure if they'll go that route, but, I could see Hardcore Holly going in some point, and then Crash, of course, maybe later. But Molly Holly for the female pick, she's been involved in WWE the last several years with, I believe, Beth Phoenix, a few others, Ivory, and really fine choice. She's had her moments in WWE, from even WCW as Miss Madness, with the Macho Man. That was really fun. Um, so for my mid to upper guy, I would go William Regal. William Regal right now, he's always mainly been on NXT the last several years as a general manager, former Intercontinental Tag Team European Champion. He's a very accomplished guy. He's a former general manager of Raw, also King of the Ring winner. People might forget that. And, he's a guy fought his way up in the hard streets of UK, England, and all that, Blackpool. So I think Regal would be a fine choice. He's had a health scare there the last couple years, but seems to be doing fine. I know a lot of people have high praise for Regal too, so be a great choice. It's sad to see this next one up here, but Vader. I think Vader should definitely go in. It's so sad because the couple years back they inducted Stan Hansen, and that should have been Vader's induction. And a lot of people aren't really familiar with Stan Hansen. It kind of seemed like a weird choice that year, and it sucks because Vader announced the doctors say he has less than 2 years to live, and about 2 years later, he is no longer with us. So I could definitely see Vader going in this year. So for the last two picks here, my high accomplished superstar and then the main event guy. Let's get into some honorable mentions on just kind of other guys I'd like to see go in within the next few years. Kane and Big Show, Bam Bam Bigelow. I did mention the Hardy Boys. For the celebrity wing, I'm not really a fan of the celebrity wing, so put someone like Shaquille O'Neal in there, Shaq. I'm sure he'll do a great job. For the most part, I could care less. For the main events, number B here with former tag team champion, European champion, Intercontinental champion, World Heavyweight champion, ECW champion, former TNA champion, and former NWA World's Heavyweight champion, Christian. Man, you couldn't have a better career than Christian. And one of my favorite tag teams of all time, Edge and Christian. Those guys broke a lot of ground in 2000, 2001. 7 or 8 time tag champs. Several world titles between the two of them. Several IC titles. The championships speak for themselves. And he's an awesome guy. He definitely deserves a spot. Those guys inducted the Dudleys last year, or a couple years back, and that was a great time. So Christian would be my number B spot. And the top spot, A, my prediction all year has been Batista. So the Animal, definitely see him going in. It's been rumored he's been in a few meetings the last week or so. So that's my big hope, to see Batista go in this year. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Comment down below. We'll talk to you later. Peace.